Welcome to this tutorial as we set up notifications for our sensors. Here we see a customer has 3 different types of coolers, and we're going to go ahead and click on the notification button. We see that as of yet he does not have any notifications set up in his account, so let's go ahead and click on Add Notifications. We see the 3 different notifications available for the basic user. If you do have an advanced plan, then you would have access to the advanced notification. In this tutorial, we'll be discussing the sensor reading notification. So let's go ahead and click on that. Let's click here and click on temperature. We see here it's prompting us to give it a name, a notification name. If you wanted to put all 3 sensors under the same notification name, that would be fine. You could do something like global temp notifier, and this is just to let you know when you have your notifications all set up which ones are under which. If you had, let's say that you had 2 refrigerators and 1 freezer, you would like to put the 2 under this one here, and then you'd want to go ahead and set up one just for your freezer. You could name it, freezer walk-in box or freezer cooler, and this way, because the temperatures you want to set at different settings, so you don't want to put them all under the same if the temperatures are going to be different. So here it's asking us now to put a text in the notification. We're just going to put here outside temperature range. And again, this is not real important because you're going to get a notification if the cooler goes outside the temperature reading, and you're going to know there's a problem. This is just going to come up on your text or your email and let you know that there's a problem. These are the words that'll come up under this notification. So here we're going to click on greater, and we're going to put in here 48 degrees. So if these 3 boxes go greater than 48 degrees Fahrenheit, of course you can change this, then it will notify us. Here it's asking us if we'd like to set up a schedule for notification times. In the default, it's set up as always. If you didn't want to be notified, let's say in the middle of the night, you could click on this button tab here and you can set that all up. And then the next thing it's asking is don't alert again for 60 minutes. So if it stays over the 48 degree mark, it'll notify us, and then if it continues to stay over 48 degrees, it will notify us again within 60 minutes. If you do not like the 60 minutes and would like to change it to 120 minutes or whatever you'd like, you can do so now or you can do so later. These things can always be changed at any time. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And here on the left side, it pulls up all the sensors that you have in your account, and it's asking you which ones would you like to put this notification under. And we're going to click on all 3 of these. We're going to put them all on the same notification. And we click here to bring them to the right side, and now they're set to be notified if it goes over 48 degrees. We now have to click on this tab here, People to Notify, and we'll see that a gentleman named Terry Collins is the username. So we're going to click here and we're going to bring him to the right side. And we see in the default he's already set up as getting an email notification. If we want to change that to both, we can do that, or we can go ahead and take off that email notification. And we can change these anytime we want. We could change the user, but for most part it's very simple to change. So now we're all set to go. we can click in this area here. We see that the global notificator is up. And now let's go over to the overview. We're almost done. And now here we want to go into each one of these. So let's go here. We'll start the glass 3-door cooler. And what we want to do here is we want to hit the edit button. And we want to configure this particular sensor. So here it has the sensor name. It's under Fahrenheit. Once in a while you might get this 0.17 minutes here. It's really going to take a reading every 2 hours. So if it does come up here, you can just click anywhere on this line here and then come back to here and it'll put that at 120. You can change this. You can bring this to 240 or whatever you'd like it to be at, but we recommend putting 120. And what this will do is on the history button here, it will put out every 2 hours. It will take a sensor reading for you. You could make it longer if you wanted to, but this is good for just looking at charts and looking at exactly what's going on every 2 hours in the account. So let's go back over to edit. We didn't save that over here, so it went back to what it was. So we're going to go and put that at 120. It's asking us here the aware state threshold. We're going to click here. We're going to hit greater than. And here we can just click anywhere in here. We can see greater than 93 here. We don't want to do that. We're going to put that right at 48 degrees. Once it gets greater than 48 degrees, it will now take a reading every 20 minutes to see if it went back to underneath that 48 degrees. So this just helps get faster readings, and of course we can put our mouse here at the question marks if you had any questions what these did mean. But we do recommend doing what we just did there and setting this at the temperature that we set up on the notification. And now we hit the save button, and the glass 3-door cooler is all set, configured. We're going to hit the main walk-in box again, then we hit the edit button, and here we have the same thing here. It's at 0.17. We're going to put that at 120. We're going to select greater than, and we're going to put this at 48 degrees, and everything looks good there. We're going to hit the save button. Now if you did want to, and of course we can go to this one, do the same thing, but let's set up another notification. And just for an example, we're going to hit these again, and let's say we want to have it so if it goes too low. So let's just say we want to do this for the chef's cooler. And I don't think it was named that, but it's close enough. And we can put outside temperature range. Now again, you could do this for all these units. We're going to put one that's less than. So let's say we don't want anything freezing in our product, so we can actually make one that if it gets too cold, we can do that. Now if we want to do that for all three, we can get rid of this, put global low temp notifier. We could do that if we wanted to. And so we're going to put less than. We could put 32 degrees if we wanted to, but sometimes boxes might reach that, but only for moments, and then go back up again. But if you want to make sure that you catch it, and you could leave that at 32, and you're all set. We can just hit continue, and we see again that the three of them will come up. And let's click, oh, we just want the one on there, right? So we're going to put the one on here. And that's all set to go. Now one thing we do want to change on here is let's put low temp. So we know that this is going to notify us if the if the chef's unit gets low. Alright, so let's click in here. Okay, sent from, we've only got the chef prep table in there. Who we notifying? Terry Collins. We're going to bring him to the right side. We'll leave that on the email for this example. And now let's click notification. We see that it refreshed that name there. And it's got chef's low temperature. So again, you could do this. You could put global low temperature notifier if you'd like, and if you had if you had a freezer or you added a freezer to the system, you could just put in there freezer walk-in box low temp and high temp. There's a lot of different things you can do with the notifications. If you do have any questions, give us a call at 1-800-913-0192 and we'd love to help you set it up. Thank you.